The Zoom lady says that the recording is in progress. So, Mike, we are on. Ladies and gentlemen,
Hello, everybody. Hello, Kurt. How are
today's
you?
live. Good, good. Thank you. Thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm
So,
at home in Italy.
yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we have our our correspondent from Italy because we just had the Italian national championship happening not long ago, a few weeks maybe or less than that, I guess.
Yeah, 3 weeks, I think. 2 or 3 weeks. Yes.
And I detected this young man here on a photo somewhere of one of the teams.
Yeah, I was there just following Extremo, but just like some friendship in a friendship way because they asked me to go there at at last moment because they didn't train. They just made 1 day of training with this new girl. And yeah, they did great for to be the first competition with that lineup.
Yes, so that is our prime purpose, the update from the Italian nationals. We will probably talk maybe a little bit about Hayabusa and those kind of
Sure,
things
sure.
a little later. We may,
Yeah, I think it was a surprise for everybody.
it may turn to this topic, but the Italian nationals, yes, that was interesting. I mean, I looked into this. You may have seen that the NSL news already posted an
Yeah,
update.
it was interesting. It was interesting. Actually, everybody knew that Amnesia was going to win again this year, and but I think that no matter the result, the average was not so wow from all the teams. And I think that in general, all the average are going down, maybe just because of the tunnel or of the lack of jumps. I don't know actually the reason, but I
Interesting
think
point.
that's the reason. That's the main reason. I think lots of focus on the tunnel, but actually, tunnel and sky are two different things, as everybody knows. And the average this year were really low.
So, ladies and gentlemen, listen to that. There is a four-way world champion telling you that you're not jumping enough. So you're spending too much time in the tunnel, you know. So if you want to be an outdoor world champion, go and jump from planes, right? That's as simple as it is.
Yes.
You cannot win an outdoor world championship or any event by tunnel training. You have to jump from the planes.
Yes.
Why specifically, Mikey? Tell us what is the major difference? I mean, some people may not even think much about it, but why is it so
Well, I
important?
think that the topic was already covered in the past from other world champions, more time world champion than me probably, and everybody said, and everybody agrees that the rigs, all the moment of the out of the door, the rigs, the reference that you have in the sky are completely different. So in the tunnel you can also fly with your eyes closed, but in the sky not. So that's the main thing.
That's a summary of it. Yes, the exit subterminal cannot replace it with any tunnel training.
Then in the tunnel you can repeat as many times as you want, one jump, but in the sky you only have 40 seconds, 40, 50 seconds, depends from which altitude you jump. So that's only one shot.
So that's one reason why the scores may suffer a little bit, the outdoor scores. It's an interesting point. I would be interested in crunching the numbers there a little bit because my feeling has been for a little while that there is kind of a plateau happening, you know, on the scoring level, outdoor scoring level. But then at the same time, there's
Yeah.
always a plateau. You know, it always goes like plateau, then it goes up again, and blah blah. So who knows? We'll keep our eyes on it. You said that Amnesia was also not scoring, you know, as they could possibly but they had a different lineup, right? It wasn't the same lineup as in Norway.
No, it was the same. It was the same. It was the same as last year, I think. Yeah, it was the same as last year.
Yeah, but not as in Norway, right? Wasn't it different in Norway?
Yeah, same as Norway. Yes, same as Norway.
Oh, so somewhere the lineups were posted incorrectly, so I have to take a closer look again. So it was the same lineup, like last year,
Yes,
this year, and in Norway. Okay,
yes, yes.
that
I
doesn't
think
count.
I think also 3 years ago. So this lineup it's going on from 3 years probably. Yes.
I think I saw on the in time page, however, that Ivan Quadrio was in the lineup. So
Yeah, he
that
was
is
there.
he
Was
was.
there.
So
Yeah, he
he
was
has
there.
been with the team for. All right.
Yes.
So we have to. So it was Chiara and Livio,
And Livio and
Ivan,
Alessandro.
and Alessandro. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks. So that requires a little research here, but
Yeah.
different lineup definitely what for Extremo, as you said. So
Yes.
that was
Yes.
a even though one of the new team members, the two girls, Antonina, she has been with
Antonella
Extremo.
was yes, she was in Extremo in the past, yes.
Yeah,
She's an
long.
amazing flyer. So yeah, actually she's an amazing flyer and she went to fly with a four-way female team. I don't remember the team, the name team.
Fire
Uh,
Phoenix. Yeah.
yes, Fire Phoenix. And now they did like 2-on-2 Extremo Fire Phoenix. And so the team name was Extremo Fire for this competition.
Yeah, nice combination, name combination.
Yeah.
And Paola is also she is the newest of the in the Extremo lineup. Let's say the only person who has never been on Extremo.
Yes, actually, I don't know if these are really the original Extremo. For this, they called Extremo Fire.
Mhm.
So I don't know if it's like the real Extreme or just for this competition. I know
Where's
if they, yeah,
yeah, sorry. Where's Paola coming from? She was a Fire Phoenix member, obviously,
she
but
was in the Fire Phoenix, yeah, yeah. But the past, I don't know.
what
I'm
about
not sure.
other teams? And there was a team in third place who was also there last
Yes,
year, right?
yes, there was the team from the tunnel from Milano, Aero Gravity Milano. But they also are like they're competing there since many years. Also, all the same.
So let's talk about a little bit amnesia because amnesia is also very special for you, I'm sure, because you were amnesia's outside center
Yes,
um, in 2017, 18,
2017, 18. Yes,
17,
you have
18.
better memory than me, Kurt.
I have to, I'm afraid. At least as when it comes to four-way competition, a little bit anyway.
Yes,
Anyway, so you trained and competed with amnesia, obviously.
yes,
Then you left Italy to become a world champion.
yes,
You accomplished that, and now you're returning to Italy as a four-way world champion. Are you happy?
yes. I'm happy. Actually, I didn't came back to Italy because I won the world championship. I so some people probably I heard also some voices that I left the team because I won the world championship, but that's not true actually. The reason behind that is that it's more about my future because in the Belgium army there was, let's say, no project continuity for me in the future as a job opportunity, let's say. So before to be like old, because I'm 30 years this year, I'm still young to restart a new career for my future. So I decided to left Belgium, and with all the sadness that I have with the team, because it took me like 3 years to clean my tears from my face when I decided to left the team. Was not an easy decision, but was the best decision for my future.
Well, now we have you here directly. Now we have heard from people about it. Gary talked a little bit about it. Now you've worked with him and then the team itself. But everybody, of course, was very nice and polite about this. So now you can tell us the truth. You were fighting, fist fighting in the team room. You hated each other, and that's why you eventually had to go, right?
No, we left
I know.
everybody in a good way. We are still friends, more than friends, and yeah, we write to each other every time we need something. So no fighting.
Well, I know. I mean, obviously, I was joking, but um, you spent a quite interesting time in Belgium, or between Belgium and Italy. I'm sure you went back home to visit your friends and family there in this time period. But there was all kind of stuff. There was the World Championship in 2018 that was without amnesia, I believe, right? Or was it on?
2018, I was in Australia. There was the World Championship. I was with Amnesia.
Oh,
Yes.
so that's when you left. So after that, you were amnesia.
I left Amnesia after the World Cup, the indoor World Cup in Bahrain. So we did the outdoor competition in Australia. I was around September, probably. I remember so good.
October, yeah.
And then October was the indoor World Cup in Bahrain. And after that, I left Amnesia for to join Hayabusa.
And you knew by then already that you got the slot. You wouldn't. So in the meantime, that was already all clarified. And then in 2019, you went. In 2020, it was at the beginning of 2019 when the coronavirus crisis.
So I joined the team at the end of 2019. So I did my boot camp in the end of 2019, and then I went to Florida as alternate with the team in February 2020, and then all the COVID starts. So 2000 February, end of February 2020, the COVID came, and then from that the training was not so sure in Europe, so we couldn't train so much, and there where Dave decided to move to camera and leave me the slot for Russia 2021.
Yeah, did you feel when this event was eventually canceled? Did you feel like that your whole world was shattered now? Your goal, you went to Belgium, to become a world champion, to train full time and all that, and all of a sudden they canceled the world championship at the beginning of 2020. Was that kind of heartbreaking for you?
No, because the 2020 should supposed to compete Dave my place. Actually, without the COVID, Dave had to compete in 2020, and then me to step in after Russia 2020. But then because COVID and the World Meet was postponed for 1 year, David decided to retire earlier and leave me the slot earlier.
So that was actually good for you. You got the slot earlier than you had expected.
Yes.
Yeah. So you went and you under normal circumstances you would have had to wait for 2 years, 2020, 2021, and in 2022 would have been your first world championship. World
Yes.
championship. And now you got two world championships. One,
Hayabusa, yes, 2.
yeah.
And 1 with them, so 3, yeah.
And on the second world championship was already with a new lineup. So you couldn't
Yes.
defend it successfully. You had to step back from the first to the second place.
Was really good. Yes.
That was
on
quite
my new slot, let's say, because in the in Russia I was inside center.
Oh, I forgot about that. So you had to switch slots too, a new team member and then new slots for you at least.
Yeah. So I took the place of Dave and I went inside center, and then with the lineup with Neil for Eloy, I was outside center, back to outside center.
And then came the World Cup this year. With a new lineup, not a bad performance considering the circumstances. That's
After the first 2 rounds, was a better performance. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little bit rough start for for good reasons. I think there were jumpsuits and equipment missing and late arrival and all that kind of stuff. It was probably not a big surprise that you didn't have the best start.
Actually, was not maybe they were not our best blocks from the first rounds, so we were a bit unlucky with that. So that thing didn't help us so much. I think that if we had different, I don't know, it's not an excuse, but probably if we had different kind of jump, probably we could have started in a better way. But it's competition. Every time we say, let's hope the 3 doesn't come out on the door. Let's hope that the 16 doesn't come out of the door. Normally, it's always the first round.
So it was a combination of a few components.
Yeah, with the combination of this stuff. Yeah. Because actually the training was going really good. We had a good training at the end. We were sure to do some good stuff. And we showed also at the end of the competition that we could manage to stay with France and also with some rounds with airspeed. I don't know if we matched some rounds with France for sure.
Well, we can look that up quickly here. I'm curious myself now. Let's see if we find that without too much trouble here. So let's share this and look at scores, and we can take Amnesia here and then the World Cup. So here are the scores of the World Cup. So I don't see any tied or high scores, but the beginning here, of course, was not good. But then towards the end,
I cannot see your screen, but
you cannot. Okay, yeah. Then towards the end, especially rounds 8, 9, 10, 9, 10, you were close to France and close to, in fact, closer to you beat France actually. Oh, wow, look at this. Actually, since round 6, you won the last 5 rounds over France, and you were pretty close to. All right, okay, so you're right. It got better and better and better. Very promising, in fact. If you had had another year, until Israel, if you're almost matching airspeed now, and you have a year, there must have been hope, or there must have been like the potential that you could catch airspeed with another year. And then Michele Silvi comes and says, "Hey, sorry, not with me any longer."
No, but I think it's the sport in general. Like we saw domination in the past from France. We saw domination of airspeed. Then we saw domination of Hayabusa. And then now again airspeed. And we will see for sure domination in the future from France or from Belgium again. And I think it's the sport. We can compare with also Formula 1. We saw domination of McLaren in the past, then was Ferrari, Red Bull, Mercedes, and now again Red Bull. So I think it's the nature of the sport that it's hard to reach the top in all the sports, but when you reach the top, you know a bit the ingredients that you need to stay on the top. So until when another team comes or you change something, normally you should always know how to stay on the top. It's hard, but it's manageable, let's say. And same in tennis. We saw the domination of Nadal, Federer, or Djokovic, and now again with new young guys coming out, we would see a new domination for the next decade from Alcaraz or other athletes. So that's the nature of the sport.
And then there's momentum, it's called, so once you have on your way up and you are up there, then the momentum is with you, usually. Motivation, momentum. Good point. So you're a sports fan there, Mike, right?
Yes.
Like you are
Yes.
very well informed about other sport as well, not only about skydiving.
Yeah. No, I studied that, so that's my main job, let's say.
Oh, you studied sports at in college or
It's
university?
sports science at university, and I will continue to study that also in the future. So I know something about sport.
Yeah, obviously, very good. I did the
Yeah.
same at Berlin University for several years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
indeed. Yeah. So despite all that, or considering everything that you just explained about Norway and that we talked about, um, you did not decide after round 10, well, I think I've had enough of this. You knew already, you were the only person basically knowing that it will be over for you after round 10 in Norway. So
Yes.
you went through those 10 rounds with somehow something in the back of your mind, knowing that I have a little surprise here by the end. Did this
Yes. Yes.
did this kind of affect you or bother you,
Mm,
whatever you would say?
uh, it didn't affect my performance. Actually, it was good. Good jumping. I felt good with myself. So because of that, I felt that was a good decision for me and for my future. So because I felt, let's say, good in the performance wise, I knew that was the good decision, and it was not easy because I knew that that was the last rounds with my dream team, with my idols, with my teammates, and with a team. So yeah, it was really hard, and it was hard also to stay around and to see everybody, also to see airspeed France, and knowing that there will not be a future for me in the competition in the sport.
Yeah, that's what I
So yeah,
mean. You knew that already, and that was your world, which you saw in Norway the last time, but you knew, well, I'm going to be not going to be a part of that any longer for now. I think it would be somehow it would sit in my system, and it probably doesn't make it easier to know that already. So I was just wondering about that. But you're athlete and educated enough to be able to fend it off, get it out of your head.
yeah, sure, but it's like every athlete should do this. Mental preparation also in the sport, it's important for this, because if you have any problems outside your mind, or you have problems at home or somewhere else, you should be able to like cancel whatever you have around and just focus on the moment. And actually this is something that I'm going through now when I coach, like indoor teams or outdoor teams that maybe they're not professional athletes, so they are like all the family or jobs, or are some businessmen, and I try to teach them that whenever they train they should avoid to think too much about the rest, because some people are like sad because of the job, because of the family, or are sad because I don't know, because they had the problem at home with kids or something else. And I just try to teach them that if they train, they should focus only on that moment, because it's not like going at the gym that you can do it every day. It's just you tunnel maybe non-professional team, they do 1 camp per month, and they should use all the time 100% of that. So if you start to think about your problems, you never can perform good, and this will not help you in competition also.
Very true. I hope everybody listens carefully. Again, coming from world champion here, top competitor. Um, did
And
you
would also
by
not be good for your teammates, because the other teammates make the same effort as you, and if you don't perform because of your own problems, yeah, that's not the best for you and for the team, even if the teammates should like
and
understand
money,
you
money too?
and money wise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for this, my performance was for me to finish in a good way in Norway, but especially for the team, because I know how much sacrifice we did to perform good.
Talking about the mental part of it, did you by any chance listen to Jespeed's interview after the USPA Nationals? What Christopher said about round one? I'm sure you're familiar with the super sequence in round one at the US Nationals.
Yes, I saw that. Yes,
Yeah,
but I didn't see the quiz.
yeah. He was saying that in that round one, the first several pages, 3 pages went so well. So his thoughts flew off to Norway, where everything was flowing really nicely. He thought, "Wow, that is just as good as it felt in Norway," and bang, there came the brain up.
So
He
yeah,
was
you need to stay moment even if things are going good.
Yeah, his thoughts were just off for a little, for a fraction of a second probably, and that thought that things were so well, like in Norway, was enough to, to lose. I mean, no surprise if you go with more than one formation per second, you cannot afford to be off for a fraction of a second. Anyways, it was really fun, and he was so humble and so open, with talking about that. It was great. But that is as much as the mental part of it, as important the mental part is, obviously. You don't have to tell anybody.
Everything is mental part.
Yep, very true. The whole life is like that. We are running slowly out of time. I think I have um 10 minutes or so, they tell here. So we have to come slowly to an end. Quickly still, Mike, I was kind of ready to, when we talk about Italy and Amnesia qualifying as a national team again this year, is it a qualification for next year's event usually in Italy too?
There should be the indoor nationals, which are end of October, I think. That gives the qualification for the indoor world championship
China.
in
Yeah.
Macau. Yes,
Yeah,
but I don't follow so much the Italian side. Now I'm more focused with the Spanish side. I'm coaching now the Alacran, which are the second team of Spain, and the first is Papea.
yeah, but the outdoor nationals, I'm talking about, the outdoor nationals.
No, I have no, I don't know.
Okay. So because I would have said that, well, it's good to see Italy back with the national team because I didn't, there was 2021, there was no Italian team. Last year, World Championship, no team from Italy. And now Amnesia came to Norway for the World Cup. So
Yeah.
I thought that's a great comeback point. And then it would be great to see them in Israel next year. Were they planning to go there?
I don't know, but it looks like you will go. So no Italy.
Yeah, that's I hate to break the bad news, but for anybody, this is brand new, that FAI, ISC have just decided to cancel the World Championship in Israel next year due to the conflict in between Israel and Palestine, whatever is going on there. So that seems to be the sad reality that another World Championship will not take place. So you're not missing that one.
You
And
can have the opportunity to make your NSL Cloud Challenge again, like in 2020.
we are surely looking at options now. Again, the talking has already begun, and something needs to be done. The same counts for the junior event, which is also a
And
recent.
maybe to make it official.
Um, it's too early
Make it
to
official. FAI organization.
say that. That broke up, Mike. Can you say that again, please?
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, but it was delayed. I didn't hear what the last remark that you made. That broke up on the recording.
Yeah. you should do make it official, your cloud challenge with the
Oh,
FI.
Mike, in all honesty, I tell you, I am not a fan of internet events, of cloud events. I'm not a fan. I did this only because there was no option. Now the pandemic forced this upon us, and I said, okay, fine. I love competition too much, so we have to find an alternative for that. And that is the only reason why I did it.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
I think it's the future anyway. Also for me, I'm not a big fan of online things, but sometimes it's good for coaching. Also, when you need to coach a tunnel team or an outdoor team, some online coaching, it's better than no coaching, and online competition always better than no competition. So we have this instrument and we can use it.
Yeah, there are arguments to be exchanged about this. I have thought about this already so much. It's my job, and I think I'm going to quit if forward competition doesn't take place any longer as a place where people meet and can be social and see and do it live. I think I'll be out of it. Sorry, sorry to say that, but
Yeah. You should open a restaurant in somewhere in the Bahamas or
a coffee shop or
a coffee shop. Yeah.
a brewery, a small brewery, that too. Now, one of those things I will, as soon as forward competition does not take place live at the same place with us, people meeting each other, then it's not enough for me any longer to do it. But we'll see, the same as counts for jumping. Um, there's no jumping any longer, only wind tunnel or so. Then that's a different reason or a different situation as when I started it and why I started it. Anyway, that's personal stuff. So we're done here. We have to stop now. If not, then they will throw us out here. Zoom, that is. Thanks for offering the Zoom platform. So I'm grateful for that. But the throwing out is coming no matter what.
Yeah.
And we're gonna say goodbye to Mike, Michele, Silvi in Italy. Good luck with everything. Thank you for taking the time to tell us, some things that many people didn't know, and it was good
Thank
to
you.
see
Thank
that
you for what you do to the community, because it's really important for everybody. So thanks, NSL.
Good luck with everything, Mike.
Have fun. Ciao, everybody.
Ciao.